Another oil tanker seized. This and other topics in your Gray Zone geopolitical update in a minute or less. The Department of War announced on X that it seized another oil tanker that originated from Venezuela. It actually left port the same day that we captured Maduro. Pentagon said that the vessel tried to defy President Trump's quarantine, hoping to slip away, said the Pentagon. They tracked it from the Caribbean to the Indian Ocean, closed the distance, and shut it down. The name of the ship is the Veronica 3 and is a Panamanian-flagged vessel under U.S. sanctions related to Iran, according to the website. This week, the Pentagon boarded the Aquila 2, another tanker, but they didn't actually provide a lot of details around that one. That was also taken in the Indian Ocean. And apparently, the U.S. Patriot defense positions near Iran were exposed in new Chinese satellite imagery. Well, of course they were, because that is the age in which we live in with satellites in the information age and the ability to take information off the ground and get it onto the internet in a matter of minutes. These are positions in the Alu Data Air Base in Qatar, and while I don't know the exact breakdown time, these positions, I believe, can be repositioned, as in, even though you know their position now, they could actually take them down and put them somewhere else in a matter of, I think, an hour. It might even be less. And so while having this information now is fine, when it comes to targeting, that's going to be a much harder process. Not so much so for this THAAD missile defense system, which engages ballistic missiles at higher altitudes. That is a much more larger beast and probably has a larger displacement time, and so much more difficult to reposition and get ready for active defense. That said, it doesn't really matter because our defenses are much more superior to that than Iran or Russia. And these articles are just using these data points to talk much more largely and strategically about the positioning of U.S. forces arrayed in the Middle East as negotiations go forward with Iran. More negotiations are scheduled for this Tuesday, I believe in Geneva. Also earlier, Trump told Netanyahu he would support Israel's strikes on Iran ballistic missile programs, sources say. And of course, why not? Why not allow Israel to conduct initial strikes, and we would be a supporting component with air refuelers and places to land? And some analysts out of the UK is sounding an alarm that Russia's war in Ukraine has made its formidable air defenses an even tougher challenge for NATO air power, says this analyst. Which to that I say, so what? First of all, he's giving a lot of grace to saying that they have formidable air defenses when over the last 4 years that has been proven to be completely false. But his argument is that the Russians are learning and adapting due to all of the defeats that they have suffered, and that they have so many of these air defense capabilities and systems that they are receiving those type of upgrades to better defend against, to include disseminating the training and experience to these units. He said that the findings indicate that Russia's array of ground-based integrated air defense systems remains a highly potent threat to NATO air capabilities in a European context, stating that the sheer volume is a problem. Well, sure, it's a problem for NATO planners, but that's just part for the course. There's actually very little evidence to support his analysis, and even if it were true, we would defeat it just like we did before. We actually go in assuming that Russia is much more capable than they actually are, and the reason why we do that is because then we train to this higher standard that they actually can't meet, and then when push comes to shove, when the rubber meets the road, we completely destroy them. Regardless, this is just another attempt to fearmonger, another attempt to scare people into thinking that Russia is actually better than they actually are, when the evidence is out there overwhelmingly that they're not. And lastly, U.S. Ambassador to NATO, we need strong allies, not dependents. Weird, it's as if he watches my TikToks, because that's exactly what I've been saying for the last year, and exactly how I've been trying to articulate Trump's message, and how Marco Rubio has finally done so eloquently on the world stage at the Munich Security Conference. Not saying they watch my TikToks, I'm just saying they should. I'm the Intel Guy, and if you like my content and continue to want to support it, please like, share, repost, especially comment, engage with the content so it breaks the algorithm jail that I've been put in, and also go support my other social media on the Tube of the U, where I'm continuing to post these videos and other long-form videos over the next weeks and months. Thanks again for your support, and hopefully you've had a good weekend.